Okay, spring is on its way. So I thought I'd start a new project. Picked up this truck last fall. I knew what I was... white balance? I knew what I was in for when I bought it. It was a good deal. Needed some work. But it's not really going to be a how-to video. It's more of a product test. And I'll show you here in a bit. Was recommended a product. My brother recommended a product, Rust Bullet. And I'm going to give her a shot on this. And this will be a test for it. If you're just watching this video, I mean, you'll have to wait, but if you're watching this video, you know, from a year or two ago, then I'll give you updates. So this is what we're into. So it's not going to be a how to do bad bodywork video, which it will be bad bodywork, but I mean, there's a ton of other videos about bad bodywork out there. But they had these are these Lee press-on mirrors that go on the bottom of your truck kind of deal. And then some, I don't know, vinyl MacTac underguard. And I mean, it was covering up, but it was obvious when I bought it. I mean, I knew it, right? It's going to need a little bodywork. And I knew it's always worse once you get into her, so I'm just starting here. Best tool that's working for me is my heat gun, and you know, heat it up and pull it off. I can show you here. I mean, you probably won't like the noise, but give it some heat. As you can see, I'm in the sun, but it's still kind of cool out, so you can do this on a sunny day when it's, you know, the sun's hitting and it would help, but give it a little bit of heat, and then it's a two-handed job. But yeah, it's not quite hot enough, but and then it's been peeling off pretty good, but just peel. So give you an update, and as we go. I hope that wasn't a crack movie. So I got all that vinyl off. Next I'm going to prep the surface. Now the Rust Bullet, I mean, if you've bought it already or you're buying it, I mean, the instructions are very explicit, in bold. You know, they're very clear. But one of the things that you mentioned is you don't have to do a lot of prep. They want a surface for the product to stick to, and it's basically just knocking off the scale. So I got a wire wheel rather than a grinder. It just, again, cleaning it up, knocking off the scale. I'll do what they say, and we'll see how it works. So I'm blind without my glasses, but I don't want to be blinder, so I got to wear these things. They're the only things I have. So we'll see how she goes. Again, it's going to be noisy. See the, I mean, the rust goes, there's a hole, you know, there's a spot here, but the rust goes beyond it. So of course, you know, knock off the paint, and then, you know, the rust will, the rust bullet will stick to it. I'll shut you down there and we'll continue. So I got her all cleaned up, wire wheeled. Basically, just taking the brown off, you know, the scale, and taking the paint off and just getting down. You can see, I mean, there's still tons of rust there. How will that focus? But you can kind of see where it, you know, the paint, the primer, metal, and then where the cancer is. So the product says, you know, it's, you don't do too much prep, you paint over the rust, but the wire wheel kind of polished it up. So I switched discs for the wire wheel and to the flappy disc. And quick note on safety. See my safety glasses there. This is what happened to my disc while I was using it, and it exploded. I didn't even know. I just kept on grinding away, and I mean, this is what it's supposed to look like, grinding away, and it blew apart. And then I was like, why isn't this working anymore? And stopped it, and that's what it was left. And it was in my hair, it was in my clothes, it was everywhere. So definitely wear your safety glasses. Picture of the product. So it's recommended to me. Give it a shot. I don't want to sandblast all that rust out. I mean, it's cheaper than a sandblaster. It's expensive paint. It's the automotive stuff, the silver. They do sell it a black. I think you only get it online. And we're going to give her a shot. So I'm going to sand this up and then I'm going to start applying it. Alright. We're ready to go. Everything's kind of roughed up. I don't know if you remember, the eagle-eyed viewer will notice there was a bunch of goop here from these stick-on mirrors, but I got all that off, and it just quickly went over with some brake cleaner, just kind of degrease it all. And this is me applying it. Now again, the instructions say, you know, you can't get any contaminants in this stuff. Got it in another can, clean can. You know, they even go so far as say, don't put any sweat in it. So, you know, you don't want to contaminate the mix. So I pour a little out into here using a dollar store brush. Got my gloves on. If you looked up any information online about this stuff, you'll notice it does not come off your hands. So again, this isn't a how-to, but you're probably going to want to see me do it. Can I even see me doing it? Okay. No drips. And of course I'm putting on with a brush. Get that in the shot. Just, you know. And they say 2 coats. And they're like and the instructions very, very detailed. They're east-west, north-south, crosshatch, east-west, north-south. So I'll do it and I got some painting to do. All right, so this is coat number 2. So far using this stuff, really like it. It goes on really nice. Coverage is excellent. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably leave it at this, but again, the instructions are adamant about putting on a second coat. So I'm going on the inside here for my second coat. Where I can reach on the inside, I'm putting it in there. So that's the second coat. So I'm sure by now some of you are wondering, what the heck is this guy doing? Brush painting a truck. You're thinking, oh, it's a pretty nice truck. Deserves a little better. And the other half of you are saying, oh, that's a piece of junk. Just throw it away. But for me, this is my work truck. Got it on a smoking good deal. You know, it probably had some accident damage. You know, I knew the rust was there. I knew it going in. But I needed to look half decent. You can't be showing up at customer sites with, you know, a rust bucket. And this is something I wanted to try. I don't have welding skills. You know, I want it to last as long as I can. You know, and I'm sure you're saying, well, if you went this far to do all that, and I just cut it out and put some metal in. You know, and that's good, but that doesn't last forever either. Right? So this is something I'm trying. So I got the second coat on. It went on well. I'm sure you're seeing brush strokes, but for the most part, it kind of fills in levels, and I've been pretty impressed with how it goes on. Just cleaning off my brush, you know, just for a test. Put some on the leaf and some up here in the fender well. You know, probably should have been done anyway, the whole thing. But just again, I'm just gonna leave it up untouched, see how it, you know, holds up, right, over time. And then I got this on. One of the complaint videos I heard about rust bullet was a guy put some bed liner over it and it didn't stick. So, you know, at this point I'll just give it a sand once it's all dried, and then I'll do my body work over it. You know, and I'm just going to pack it with fiberglass. I mean, there's a hole there, there's a hole under the cab corner, and then you can see the inner doors. I did. And, you know, I'll just pack that. It'll be good. And, yeah. You can see the front. I'm giving my battery a bit of a charge. You know, doors open. I can't close it because it'll. I painted some where the door seal is. You know, I just knocked off my butt flap to get in. There's a bit of a kind of something there, but you know, I'll just screw in a little patch of metal. Give it some structure. It'll be good. Yeah. So as per the instructions, you put on the second coat. I think within an hour or two, and then it needs about 3 days to cure. And then I'll go and do my body work then. So I only did this side, keep the job small, and then I'll switch to the other side and start grinding on it. And by the time I'm done there, I'll start on the body work on this side. And for this I used about 1/6 of the can, quarter to 1/6. Well, no, I said 1/8 to 1/6. I put that much in my little jar, and yeah, it goes on. You know, it spreads well. Good coverage. So here we are, pretty much done. I'm not going to get any closer than this because of my horrible bodywork, but that's the idea I wanted. Paint doesn't match. You're probably seeing that on the camera. So I put the fender flare mirrors back on. Again, it's just to make the bodywork easier. But I mean, everything is, rust bulleted under. I'm going to put mirrors on the box as well. There. Again, just to cover up my bodywork. I undercoated it again. Not as aggressive as they had it. And it's all good. I mean, if you're watching this movie in the future somehow, it'll be, this will be what it started out as. In 6 months' time, I'll do an update, a year kind of thing. So in the fall, I'll do an update. It's spring 2014 right now. And, we'll see how the rust bullet is holding up. So you guys will have first-hand knowledge. A couple things that happened as I was doing the body work. I broke through the rust bullet and hit rust again. So those spots, I know is a drawback. I just went over it, so those spots will be coming out. It's in a very specific spot, so I know where it is, and it'll be probably poking through in a few months, but the whole underside, the whole bottom of the truck is rust bulleted. It was rust. So we'll see. You can see put some on the leaf, on that support, which I had a bandaged up there. It was rusted right out, and some up there. So we're going to see what how the wheel well does as well, and that's just slopped on over the rust. So we'll see. It's basically just cleaning out the brush. Yeah, you can't really see it, but the tailgate was done as well. But all right, it's rust bullet part 1. Thanks for watching, guys.